Well, good morning. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Altra 3.0 Lone Peak. There are a couple versions. There's the Lone Peak high top and the 3.0 low top. I will also be comparing that to the Altra Lone Peak 2.5. And just to throw in some other ideas, there's the Altra Lone Peak 2.5 Neo Shell. So as you guessed it, I like Altra shoes. I'm not paid by Altra, although I could be Altra if you're listening. No, I'm just kidding. So the first thing is, what makes Altra shoes different? Altra shoes are defined by the foot-shaped toe box, and they're defined by the zero drop. Zero drop means that your heel is the same as the ball of your foot is. It's like walking barefoot. So when the new 3.0 came out, it looked like the toe box was a little bit more truncated right here. When you compare it to the 2.5, the 2.5 looks like it does have a little bit rounder toe box than it does here. But on wearing it, I really haven't noticed that at all. It feels the same. A lot of people have said that the 2.5 didn't have quite the tread that they thought they wanted, that it was more slippery. I never really noticed that on trails, but I've got to say that the 3.0 tread is a lot more sticky, a lot better going up granite, a lot deeper lugs. I was kind of surprised they didn't come out with the Vibram. I don't know why that was, because it's on the Olympus. One of the complaints with the past Altras is that folks thought this was a little too leaky and that it would let dust through. And I gotta say, at the end of the day, you'd have to take and dump the dust out of your shoes, not coming in from up here, but coming in through the actual fabric. In the new Lone Peak, I've not found that to be true. This seems to be a lot more or less porous. So I haven't had any problems with that at all. A lot of people liked how much give there was in the old Altras. One person I read said that she had a bunion, and that these were the only shoes that would let her foot expand over that way. And I can see that these are a little bit more restrictive. They're a little bit tougher. So what the problem with the Total Freedom is that when you're on an off-camber slope and your foot wants to go down this way, is that there's too much give in the shoe. So there's a lot more support in this shoe when I'm on an off-camber and my foot wants to slide this way. It feels like the shoe holds you in tighter there. So that's a nice addition. I don't have bunions, so I can see that if you do have a weird shaped foot, this shoe might be better for you. So one thing Altra did do that's new is the shoelaces are somehow now shorter. Here's the 3.0 lace, and here's the 2.5 lace. It's like they cut 4 inches off the lace, maybe to save that extra gram, I don't know. New on the 3.0 is this pull. I suppose this, as you're trying to put your shoe on, you pull up on that. My finger barely fits in there, and if we're trying to save weight on shoelaces, maybe this would be a good place to get rid of it too. I never use it. Why is it there? I don't know. So a lot of people have said that the new 3.0 has less padding in here than the 2.5 does, and that's true. It does have less padding, and all I care about is I don't want my heel to come up out of the shoe when I walk. That the shoe should come with you, and that is excellent on the 3.0. I've never felt my heel come loose. It does have less padding, but I've never felt any abrasions there. So that's a really nice thing that I always look for in a shoe. I tried on the Olympus 2.0, and boy, it's a real shallow heel cup. So I don't know that that would work for me. So and I even tried taking out the insole, and that was still too high that my heel would come up out of the shoe. So Altra has also come out with a high top version. They were trying to respond to more of long distance hikers and people who wanted a little bit more support. It's also an Altra Lone Peak 3.0, same. This does use Gore-Tex. Now the one complaint with the old Gore-Tex version is that it felt hot. If it wasn't really cold outside, your feet got kind of hot. I haven't noticed that at all in these. These have been very light and let your feet breathe real well. They're really not that much more weight than the low tops. I don't know how they do that, but it works. If you like that feeling of your heel being held in, this will be more towards that. High top, low top, there's a theory that says, well, if I have a high top on, I won't roll my ankle as well. I don't know. After all the miles I've done in this shoe and in other, I mean, my first pair of shoes were a Vask leather boot. This is like 1971, and I swear they weighed probably 3 pounds a piece. And maybe with that, when you lace it up tight, your ankle ain't going to go nowhere. But with new shoes, I don't know, it just seems like it's some support, but not that much support. Even with the best high tops, I still feel like if you're going to roll your foot, there's not that much. Maybe if you put steel straps in here, it's gonna stop that motion. But otherwise, I've read that some reports say that that's just kind of a myth. I don't know. I like the high tops. I think they feel good. I don't notice any extra weight. I don't notice the padding on the top after about the first minute or two. They feel really comfortable. So Altra has kept the same height as on the 2.5 in the zero drop. Now, for some reason, these just feel more cushy. I know they say, well, the foam when it's new is more cushy. No, this just feels cushy after 100 miles too. So I don't know what that is. They look the same as far as height goes, but these just feel more plush. When you compare that to something like a Altra Paradigm, this has a lot more heel cushion. But these are what I wear when I go for walks around my house. So one thing that Altra did add this year is a Gator clip. So you can see there's a little clip right in the front. You used to have to just attach it to the front lacing, which the lace would pull up. So yeah, I guess that's nice. That goes hand in hand with the Gator trap is what they call it, and that stayed the same from the 2.5, the same Gator trap there. So I do wear Dirty Girl Gators. They are nice, and sure, that's a nice little thing to add. So I can see that the high top would be nice for long hikes. I would like it if you're carrying any kind of pack weight above 20 pounds, 30 pounds. Maybe that's all just psychological because it just feels like a more substantial shoe. As compared to the 2.5, kind of feels like a house slipper. It is a lot more flexible than when you look at it like this. This is a lot stiffer shoe. But I haven't really noticed any ability to bend or flex. It just feels the same. It's maybe not as house shoe feeling. Whether you buy the low top or the high top, I think is just preference. If you like high tops, that'll work good for you. If you don't like high tops, the low top will work good for you. If you do go with Altra shoes, I would say one thing, Don't just go on a 20-mile hike after you're used to shoes that have a foot drop of maybe a centimeter and then go to a 0 drop. That won't work, because the thought is that the Achilles tendon becomes shorter because your foot is up higher, and if you go to a 0 drop, that could be tough on the old tendon. Otherwise, I think that if somebody likes a lot of toe space, if someone likes a nice snug heel, the width is about medium size. I wouldn't say I've got a wide foot or a narrow foot. A normal foot, and I think that would work for most people. I would advise maybe sizing it up about 1/2 size more than you think you do. I take usually an 11.5. That's what the 2.5 is, and it felt a little snug, so I got a 12 in this one, and that feels like a lot better, especially going downhill. So that's my review of the Altra Lone Peak 3.0, low top and high top. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.